Believe it or not, but this is the face of a cold-hearted killer. And quite a fine one at it. Hello and welcome to the Plants Experience, and today we'll be discussing the adorable sand cat. And while it looks like the average house cat, this little kitty is built different. But before getting into it, how did we get this desert cat? Well, all cats evolved roughly 25 to 30 million years ago, and that first line would send a path all the way to all of our voids and calicos and their wild kin. The big cats are actually the outliers. The lineage that would make our dune kitty would eventually evolve 4.4 to 21 million years ago in Africa. And their closest relative is the also deadly black-footed cat. Today they can be found in the Western Sahara, the Arabian and Syrian deserts, and parts of the Karakum Desert. Now, as I've stated, this cat is a monster. But here's how it's a monster. Firstly, you'll never see a more successful hunter in the desert, with them eating 10% of its body weight a day, and being able to eat pretty much whatever it wants, including the venomous desert viper, which they eat head first, so there's no question they don't give a shit about the toxins in its body. And, as a desert dweller, they must conserve and find water wherever and however they can. So how does the sand cat do it? Simple. They get the majority of their water from the blood of their prey.
I only drink the blood of my enemies. And occasionally a strawberry, yoo-hoo.
But most of this hunting prowess comes from their ability to hide. Now obviously the fur fits well with sand and rock, and being the second smallest cat in Africa certainly helps a ton, but there's more than that. They have large, thick-furred paws that help them travel the desert without burning their toe beans, and it aids in making less noise and even covers their tracks. All of those traits are also why they're the only wild cat species to live a majority of the time in the desert, which, let's be real, is probably why they're not as well known. There's also one thing they do that I can only imagine is a learned behavior that helps them in their massive game of hide and seek from us. They are well known to close their eyes in the dark to hide eye glow from cameras. So actually finding this thing is insanely difficult. It's so difficult, in fact, I don't even have a cultural section of the video like I normally do. Because most of the time, people don't even know this cat is out there. For instance, the first time the sand cat was discovered was in 1858 by Victor Locke, giving it the scientific name Felis margarita. No, not like the drink. It's named after the General Jean-Auguste Marguerite, who led the expeditionary trip into Africa. They didn't even know there was any outside of North Africa until 1925, when the zoologist Sergei Ognev traveled to Turkmenistan. Now, since I have no cultural section, let's go into a few fun facts I didn't know how to incorporate. Firstly, despite being an absolute cat, without any question, their calls are often said to sound like a dog more than a feline. Small dog, but still more of a bark than a meow. They're also known to live in burrows and are able to travel 8 miles in a single day while hunting. And finally, despite it being absolutely adorable, you probably would never want this thing as a pet. Like with all animals in the wild, they mark their territory with urine, and, like with all desert animals that are conserving water, that means their urine is going to be extremely concentrated. So, your house with only one of them is going to smell like you got about 10. But even if you can survive the golden shower all your furniture is going to get, they may not survive living with you. You see, they are so well adapted to living in the hot, sandy deserts of the old world, they can't really live outside of it. Their lungs and respiratory system are not designed for the cooler and less dusty air, to the point where even in zoos, caretakers are known to provide bottles of air to help them survive in captivity. And with all that said and done, that's all I've got for you. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. If there's anything you'd like to add, feel free to do so in the comments. And I apologize for the short video, but there really is not much to go over. As I said, It took a long time for us to even realize where these animals lived, let alone what they're able to do. But, until next time, go outside, touch grass, hug your loved ones, drink water, and bye-bye.